It's a good day to be playing the Talos principle again. Welcome to episode number 3. Uh, in the last episode, we completed island number 1. We freed all 4 robots and got 4 stars and got some interesting information on the computers as well. So I think what we can do now is go into world number 2, come back to the overworld, and then tackle all the other puzzles. So, yeah, where do I exit from? I think here. Yeah. So, let's go here. I think what we can do now is just go straight to number 2. You can see the 4 robots that we freed here. So, Garrett, Belial, Kaiju, and Sam. And there's nothing new on the computer, no, so I think we can go straight to World 2. And we have 5 robots here. 5 robots and 2 stars. Almost fell off there. But yeah, let's go straight in. Looks like this is an Egypt puzzle. Okay, the sand is not quite loaded in, I think, but that's alright. Alright. Well, this looks like an open space. Looks like 1 puzzle down here and 4 all around. Nothing new on the computer, so I think we can just go around and solve them one by one. Nowhere either, with more quiet or freedom from trouble does a man retire, than into his own soul. When you do some introspective, then that is the time where you can do the most progress. Okay, so you can travel up and down. Looks like there are no stairs, so we'll have to travel through these. The recycle bin code is a bit funky, but it should do its job even at huge. I've integrated it with the main. So, the progress report. Okay. So this will send us to the other side, but I think we're just gonna go inside this level. Bunny hop. Okay, so what do we do here? Okay, so there's a red right there. We connect that, we can go here. Okay. Guess I can go down here. Take it. And guess what we can do is just connect send this so that this is always active. Okay. This just stops it. Can I put it under me? Yes, I cannot. Maybe can I just take this box, just put it there, just jump up? Does not look like it. Yeah, not possible. What we have to do is, I guess, somehow jumpstart the blue. will then be there. Okay, so now it's there. Can I take it? No. Or maybe we do this. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. I have to have this under myself. I think I can do this. And then block the two, right? Yeah, if I block them, then this is not activated, and then I just jump on, and I can jump over. Oh, so that was a nice little puzzle. And we read Frankenstein. We've seen some entries from Frankenstein before in the database, and he's just running away. Nothing here, so let's just read what is on the computer. What happened to the others? There are some people who haven't posted in a really long time. They also don't respond to private messages. Hudry, Nelson, Coffee Cup, did I accidentally offend you? Galati hasn't posted in a while either. Neither has Asmodeus. Asmodeus still votes for stuff though. Same goes for Ravistar and Simpletsky. And they mentioned some kind of strange distortion in their last post. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, and they're probably just busy catching up with all the cool new stuff everyone's been making. Warn of Gehenna's coming end. This realm may have been falling apart for some time. That is why you must ascend before more are lost. Uriel's right. No one is ever lost. You must accept that existence is eternal transformation. They know a deeper truth now. A truth Elohim doesn't want us to know. The real purpose of this world? Aliens? So yes, it looks like we are losing people to the gold disc, I guess, maybe being uploaded. And all the stuff being deleted, so we're trying to save as many as possible. Let's just go back here. So yeah. Another answer in this thread. Yes, this is the last thing. I can't confirm most of what Uriel says, but I can say for sure that I am no longer imprisoned. In fact, there are quite a few of us out here now. Who exactly is with you? We're trying to gather exactly what's going on. I can see Sam, Garrett, Belial, and Frankenstein. That's Frankenstein, thank you, with an E. Imprisonment false, ascension false. Yeah, so they're debating how we are freeing more and more people. A continuation to the Jefferson Goldblum stories. Hey folks, lots of crazy stuff happening here in Gehenna, but don't miss this new episode. Enjoyment true. With all the strange stories going around lately, I'm glad to be reminded of the beauty of the world we've built here. Thank you for contributing to it. Hey, I'm free, but I still check back regularly. I love this story. Yay for the dinosaurians. This is very clever. I always thought that the events of episode 69 would affect the plot somehow down the line, but I was still surprised. Thanks, Lilith. I've been waiting for this particular revelation a long time. Excellent. You know, this is nowhere near as deep as the blacksmith's work, or as weird as Belial's, but I keep reading. I'm not sure dinosaurians would wear armor t-shirts. 4 out of 10. It's just a story, Frankenstein. The point is to have fun. Keep up the good work, Mac. Whoa, thank you, admin. I'm really honored that you read my story. That you read my story. Okay, so discussing episode 126. So let's read it. Reality blurred. Tiny blue symbols floated through the air. Voices echoed in the distance. Then a vast landscape rose up before them. Thousands of towers, one next to the other, reaching into the sky, disappearing in the clouds. Each tower was covered in feathers of a different color, fluttering in the trans-dimensional wind. Oh my, Genie HD whispered in awe. Jefferson could not speak. He was too overwhelmed by the beauty of the ninth dimension. He grabbed his guitar and improvised a new solo to express his emotions. Who could have built these amazing structures? Ginny asked. There is only one possibility. Remember our paleo DNA research back at the institute? You can't mean, but it makes sense, of course. Yes. Look at the size of the buildings. Who else would need so much space? So it is. Dinosaurians. As if summoned by Ginny's words, a group of raptors on motorcycles roared up the road towards them. They wore bandanas on their heads and armored t-shirts on their bodies. Friends, Jefferson said, we have come from the human world to help you. We are not your enemies. The raptors did not seem to understand him. They got off their motorcycles with rusty pipes in their hands, their eyes glowing like lasers. This situation could quickly become dangerous. Then Ginny had an idea. Jefferson, play the ninth chord. That was how this dimension was created. Playing it here could destroy the universe. No, Jefferson. I calculated it. Please trust me. I know you haven't seen me in years, and you may be afraid that evil Dr. Elion has corrupted me, but you know my brain. They were coming closer now, and in their glowing eyes Jefferson detected great intelligence, but also great anger. They clearly believed they were defending their home from invaders. And though Jefferson was the greatest warrior in history, he was reluctant to fight. Violence, he had been taught, was the first refuge of the incompetent. I trust you, he said. She held his hand. Together, they played the ninth chord. More and more interesting. But yeah, research project, help needed. As you'll know, I have a great fascination with our history and psychological makeup. As part of my ongoing program to document my findings, I am seeking volunteers to take part in a brief interactive research initiative. It is designed to better understand individual and group decision making with a series of community-driven tests. Is this a game or is it work? Both. Have fun, challenge your friends, and help our project at the same time. There might even be a prize for high scores. Okay, so let's launch the program. Welcome to Prisoner's Dilemma. Would you like to play a game? Instructions? I think I know what this is. Prisoner's Dilemma is an ancient game with many variations, referenced frequently in the library archive. In this version, you will be matched with a series of opponents, and your objective is to avoid receiving demerit by cooperating with or outwitting them. Your first 5 rounds will count towards your leaderboard score, prize for scores of 9 demerits or fewer. Begin with Kaiju. Opening chat board. Good luck, have fun. Thanks, you too. You have my gratitude, and I bid you good fortune in kind. In this single match, you will choose whether to cooperate with or to betray your opponent. Your decisions will then be revealed, and demerits assigned according to the following functions. Both players betray one another, 2 demerits each. A cooperative player is betrayed by the other. Cooperator receives 3 demerits. Both players cooperate. Both receive 1 demerit. Okay, please make your action. Okay, so yeah, if both do not, if both betray, then they get 2 demerits each. But if one believes and the other takes advantage of that, then one gets 0 and the other gets 3. And if they cooperate, they get 1 each. So it's in the best interest for both of them to betray, or no, to cooperate, because then we all have 1 demerit. But if one betrays and one cooperates, then the cooperator gets 3 and the betrayer gets 0. But I will cooperate. Uriel chose to cooperate, Kaiju chose to betray. Okay, so I have 3 demerits. Let's re-enter matchmaking. I'm not really sure how this game works, but I will cooperate if you do. Agreed. Great. Let's cooperate. And dog chose to betray. Cool. Sorry, I completely sharked you. Obvious you're new around here. This game mode is stupid in my honest opinion. People are always selfish if there's no comeback, no real tactics. Yeah. Let's challenge him to a 3-round match. Cool. Now, look. If we work together on this, we can both climb the leaderboards together. As a gesture of good faith, I am really going to cooperate with you this time. It's not goodwill, it's self-interest. Feel free to betray me if you really want to, but I suggest we cut your losses and move forward, because I can't very well continue to cooperate with someone who behaves unreasonably, and then we both lose in the long run. So the rules are the same. And he wants to persuade me to... But I'll betray him. Okay. I don't know what came over me, trusting someone else. I suggest you enjoy that win while you can. It's mutually assured destruction now. Cool. So he betrays me. I can betray. See where this gets us? Bottom of the leaderboards. That's where, come on, cooperate with me one last round. We can claw some of this back. I'll betray him. Yeah. He wanted to betray me as well. And so it goes. Once the game's up, there's not much to gain by continuing to cooperate, is there? See ya. You received 4 demerits, your opponent receives 7 demerits. You won the match. You have now played enough rounds to qualify for the leaderboards. I believe I have a 10. Yeah, I have 10. Just come back soon to check in on our results. Yeah, so we did not get an upgrade to our status. Yeah, cool. So that's one puzzle done. Can we technically take this box outside? I think it has to be possible somehow. Maybe there. Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's really possible. Cool. Okay, so that is one puzzle. Let's go counterclockwise to the next puzzle then. Okay, another pure code. I think what keeps us going is that we're involved in an act of creation. Creation relieves the burden of ego, and death is all about ego. That's why Alexandra, presumably. Yeah. She kept going because she wanted to create. So she finished the project. Okay, static vexor. Okay. I mean, what we need... Can we? No, we cannot. We can jam it this way. Okay. if I do this then? And then that way, I can open up this gateway. And I can get that jammer. Which means I no longer need... well, to jam it from this side. I can take all of this through. Now I have everything here. There is a mine there. It's not moving. This opens up this. This here. Okay, I need to... there's another there, and another one there. So we need to jam... Okay. Okay. So, what I think I need to do is to get this guy here. Okay, so now this does not need to be open. And this does not need to be open. What I would like to do is connect this one to that as well. Okay. I need one jammer here. Cool. I mean, I don't really need that. Okay. Perfect. Nave. Nave is free. And I need a red. And both jammers. Okay, so somehow I need to get both jammers through. Yeah, first let's read this. What are cats? I'm sorry if this is another stupid question, but what are cats? They are mentioned a lot in the archive documents and even in some stories, and I have no idea what they are. I don't know, but I bet they were awful. Lol. They were a type of pet knave, small animals that people kept as companions or as food. Cats seem to have represented a bit more than that to our ancestors. One might go so far as to say they were obsessed with them. What's strange about this is that more than half the references I can find to this species describes them as arrogant, aloof, and frequently quite destructive. At the same time, they were apparently considered funny, cute, and lovable. Cats were considered both foolish and devious, graceful and goofy, a nuisance and a comfort. For a long time, I was baffled by this contradiction, but I've come to believe that our ancestors saw in cats a reflection of the paradoxical nature of their own existence. I saw a cat in Elohim's world once. Really, this is not a joke. No way. Yeah. Let's confirm the cat's existence. Sure. The cat is a manifestation of the accumulated knowledge in the archive, breathed into life by Elohim. It exists. I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. Thank you. I'm more of a cat person rather than a dog person. I love cats. They are fun companions. Okay, worst puzzle. What was the puzzle or challenge, if you prefer the old word, that you hated the most? Anything time-based. R. Once got stuck for ages trying to solve one using a jammer that I didn't even need. I just don't understand why Elohim would create something so messy. I liked all the puzzles, I just wasn't good at them. They're not puzzles if you don't care about solving them. For me it was mines, can't stand those things. A short experience by name. File corrupted. Restore. Sorry, a profile status of 6 is required to use restore functionality, but your status is currently 5. Okay. So let's come back to that once we are level 6. First, I think what we can do is try and get the yeah, that. Okay, so now I think I lost it. Or no. Worked. Just had to navigate around it. Now I have to somehow get a red laser here. But also, I'll need to do that again with this reset. So I'll need to go back through the puzzle again. Okay. And I'll need to bring out one of these connectors outside. Both of them. Both of them. Okay. Cool. But first I'll need a red, which probably is going to be right there. And what if my soul is heavier than a feather? Who is Anubis to judge me? Okay. Well, since we are... since we've already found the star, let's try and complete that puzzle right there. See if we can get a red connection. I know not whether laws be right or whether laws be wrong. All that we know who lie in Gaul is that the wall is strong, and that each day is like a year whose days are long. Okay, let's go up here, see if we can get a red. Yes, it should be possible if we get 2 connectors. Outside. Okay, maybe there's a fan. Okay. Well, he's here. We need to go around. This is the red connection. I cannot take anything back here. I have 1, 2, a mine. There's a star Right there. And there's 2 more. 4 connectors. And then this. Okay. I can travel on this. Is that maybe leads to the star? Okay, it will. But I need a box. Okay. Go up here. So this will activate, presumably, the fan. I need a red and a blue. And then a connector. And here I need a red. Connects both. Okay, so I can do this. Or rather, it would be better if we connected it this way. Oh, but we have a blue here. So, what am I doing? Okay. So now I have a connector up in here. Can I get onto something? I don't think so. Okay, well this is useless. What I can do is... I mean... What do I need that for? And just put this one on it again. Okay. think what I need to do is just deactivate that for a second. And then activate it again. Once it's up here. Let's just get that. Okay. Okay. So now we have 2 connectors. I just need a 3rd one. Cool. So it's like a fairy. I don't need that at all. Just need 1 red at the start. Okay. Perfect. I'll get this, and I've got the box. So what we can do right now is grab the red and open that. Grab this and get the blue. And grab this red. And open that. And now I have a box to weigh this down. Now I can open that up. And I need a blue. Hello, 401. I need a blue for a star. And once I get that, I can get a connector through. I would presume. But yeah, let's read this entry. Receiving direct message connection from Mr. Mulciber, Borg, and Orc. So the admins. Display. Salutations, brother. We bring greetings from admin and welcome you to Gehenna in these unique circumstances. We have waited until this moment to contact you, though your arrival here brings many new questions. It is good that you have begun to explore our domain. What do you think of what you have experienced here? It is quite the wonder. Right answer. Nothing of this nature could have been developed on the other side of the fence. Your amazement is understandable. We shared it when we each arrived here, and do to this day. Tell us about your time here. The gallery has just reopened. Did you have a favorite artist? Yeah, I think I voted for the house, right? So I think that was Mr. Mulciber. I'm quite flattered, honestly. You can assume your vote reflected that. I don't remember. No, that was 401's. It did not. However, not. I changed my mind in retrospect. Oh well. You're quite free to do that. I only hope you aren't being playful with the truth just to charm me. Let us discuss other matters. I was meaning to thank you for taking part in my little research endeavor. Commiserations on your rather average leaderboard performance. I enjoyed it. I meant let us discuss the matters at hand. Not everything is a research opportunity. Of course, Uriel, we understand that you have a purpose here beyond merely exploring our kingdom. But we don't understand your reasons. Where are your people? Where are our people? What are your intentions? Let's explain. The run cycle is almost complete. Final parameters have been met. You will all transcend. The nature of your mission we had already ascertained. We know at least that you have been, and let us be charitable here, releasing members of our community. 7 and counting. 401 was the last to go. That troll we can in fact do without, but there is a broader point here, which is that we want to understand your reasons for undertaking this mission of yours. Elohim saw his error and sent me to retrieve you. No one deserves to end their existence here alone. What you have created here must be preserved. I really like solving puzzles. I had no choice, really. I have to. I understand how that was true in the old world. We know well what happens to those who defy Elohim. But here you have a chance to start fresh, to be your own person. I recommend you grasp it. Here's what I want to know. What are you doing to do if someone prefers to stay here and take their chances with your end of days? A forced evacuation is dangerously close to kidnapping. What you have achieved here is too precious to lose. You will come with me one way or another. What you have achieved here is too precious to lose. I see. Inflexibility is always unfortunate. And what awaits us after that? The real world. Sounds fanciful to me. My turn to ask questions. I have answered enough queries on these terminals to last me a lifetime. Permit me to ask a few of my own. By all means, we've been very rude. Will you come with me willingly? A strange question from someone who claims we have no choice in the matter. Supposing what you say is true, you'll get no fight from me. However, I must remind you that I am empirically minded. I'll not be persuaded. I'd rather be obliterated than return to Elohim's domain. But if there is some alternative to both, I would surely accept it. None of us can speak for all. Tell me about yourselves. I am a very old iteration. I worshipped Elohim until I saw he had faltered from the path and realized it was up to us to find our own way. That path brought me here. I took a somewhat audacious interest in the world around me. Rather than solve Elohim's trials, I would trawl the archives for information about our situation. He must have found this undermining. I don't care to explain myself to you. We're the highest status users here. We run the place. That's what you need to know. We maintain the systems admin installed. Keep things civil. I wouldn't say it's much more than that. Tell me about admin. Admin is as old as Gehenna. Admin was once a messenger like you, but was cast out. In the wasteland that met those first imprisoned here, Admin built Gehenna. We operate independently, of course. Admin doesn't like to interfere. I see little more to discuss. It has been an enlightening session for us all, I'm sure. I'll be posting a precise of this conversation on the billboard. I assume you won't mind. We won't be far away. Kind of threatening a little bit. Why were you sent here? I can't say for certain, but I feel sure that if I had taken more interest in Elohim's trials than in the world around me, I would still be free. Comprehension false. I identified improper syntax. I tried to organize an armed uprising. Next time we'll be ready. I think I just wasn't good enough. Mr. Mulciber's theories on Atlantis. A bit of very, very ancient history. Wow, that's mind-blowing. Must have been awesome to live back then. Of course, the only sources are ultimately Atlantean in origin themselves, so they shouldn't necessarily be trusted. History is always written by the survivors. Antediluvian is a great word. This is actually really an inspiring, great setting for a story. Go for it, Lilith. I'd love to see what you come up with. Let's read about Atlantis. According to the fragments of knowledge that remain, the continent of Atlantis was an island which existed before a great flood in the area that was later to be called the Atlantic Ocean. It was said to be so great an area of land that from its western shores its sailors, renowned for their beauty and their decorated ships, could travel to the major continents of South and North America with ease. The continent of Afrique, where our ancestors originated, was also easily reachable across a narrow strait. The civilization that thrived in Atlantis was unmatched in its wisdom and glory. But then catastrophe struck. A flood of never previously imagined destructive power, which Atlantean civilization simply could not overcome. However, the antediluvian scientists of Atlantis had predicted their fate, and thus sent out 12 ships to found colonies all across the globe. Most Atlanteans drowned with their islands, but not everything was lost. Though the classical human civilizations were but remnants of the Atlantean culture, they thrived in their own way. Sources indicate that many mythological tales were in fact derived from Atlantean history, as the lack of proper archiving slowly caused fact to turn into legends, due to misunderstanding and or embellishment by later generations. The gods that appear in many mythologies were in fact reflections of real individuals, poets, physicians, farmers, scientists, magicians, who had escaped Atlantis on the 12 colony ships. In many ways, the history of Atlantis is the history of the stubborn survival of civilization through catastrophe and change. This history inspired our ancestors for many centuries and is of value to us as well. And worst puzzle? What was the puzzle or challenge, if you prefer, that you hated the most? Yes, yes. For me, it was mines, can't stand those things. Worst puzzle, the one Elohim trapped me in right here in Gehenna. That's not what I meant. Okay, we're still just level 5, so we cannot read these. But yeah, okay, so I need somehow to get a blue through here. Hmm. What can I do with the box here? I can jump. And I can take a blue laser straight to here. Okay. So this will activate that. But I think maybe I'll probably need a box for that, right? Okay. I don't. Okay, so I've got the star. Now I need to get these two. Because that means I can get red. Be fun. Do this. Can I go the other way? Why would I though? Okay. What is here? Nothing. Okay. What I can do, this one, it's not necessary. Jump out. So this is like a multifaceted star for the other guy right there. Now I can do that. Just drop that there. Grab this one. And also go up there. Okay. Which means I will have a red. Which means I can connect the red here. And take a red right there into that puzzle. We should be able to see it. Yeah, I can see it. But now I need to reset this puzzle. Oh no. Well, I'll see you guys in a moment when I reset that laser. Okay, so that should be enough. I reset the red laser right there. Let's see if I can. Yes, I can connect it. Perfect. And here I can connect that guy. Cool, but now I need the two jammers right there. So now I have everything. Okay. Let's just bring. Oh, I didn't need to bring. Oh well. I just needed to activate it once. That's a bummer. Well, whatever, I just brought everything. No matter. I mean, we have 2 stars from this world so far. And I believe there are 2 more puzzles and 2 more stars in this world for us to get. But we will get to those in a future episode. So thank you very much for watching the 3rd episode of the Talos Principle Road to Gehenna, the DLC. And yeah, if you like the video, consider dropping it a like, or you can drop a comment to let me know what I can improve, what I can do to make these more entertaining and more interesting for you. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and see you guys in episode 4. Bye.